Yeah. So, guys, yesterday we saw about what? We saw about the multi-container, right? How SAP has brought a multi-container and how multi-container was useful to SAP. Now, in today's class, we will be going in detail to what multi-container was about and how multi-container helped SAP, right? To safeguard the customer environment also, and how multi-container now is the default mode of installation for SAP. If you are going and asking for a single container, SAP cannot give you single container, right? Because there are no more single container. Right now in the market, you only have the multi-container. Now, what is multi-container and what aspect of multi-container separate it from a single container, right? Now, SAP told that in multi-container, you will have a system DB, right? System DB, in your understanding language, you can term it as parent DB, right, guys? Parent DB, right? For your understanding or to understand better, just take a nickname of parent DB. Now, system DB, when SAP is introducing this, system DB does not have any data, right, guys? System DB does not have any data. It will not have any data. It will have nothing as of, you know, in terms of data, right? So then if system DB does not have any data, who has the data? So it is your tenant DB. From system DB, you will create a tenant DB, right? They are part of one family only. Now let us suppose I am a father, right? I am a father, I am a system DB. Okay, I have three children, right? I will give the children name anything A, B, and C, right? They are what? They are, guys, tenant DB, right? Which is created through me, right? You will create the tenant DB through system DB only because system DB just have the information of their tenants. Let us suppose like us, we fathers, we always keep the information of about our sons or daughter, right? But we cannot control their life. Correct? Whatever they want to do in their life, they will do. Right? We can just guide them, but we cannot control them. Right? And if we have three sons, their life will be independent of each other. Right? One buddy will do commerce, other will be try to become a cricketer, other will do a science. Right? They are not dependent on each other. Right? They have a three different life, and they will move into three different way according to their career growth and need. So in similar manner, tenant DBs has three application. Correct? Application A. Correct? Application A. Application B on tenant B. Right? And application C on tenant C, guys. Right? All the applications are running on their particular tenant. So if any of the application, let us suppose if A is down, but obvious B and C are not dependent upon A, right? So that is why if A is down, that will not affect anything, even a bit to B and C. B and C will continuously run. B and C will not have any problem and they will read their individual life. Right, guys? So that is how the definition of system DB and tenant DB goes. System DB will just contain a basic details of their tenancy. By I have two tenants or three tenants or four tenants. That's it. Actual data will never be present into the system DB. Then we have a tenant DB. Each tenant DB will have their own data, all application data that you will be installing on it. And each tenant DBs are independent of each other. They are not dependent on each other and they are not related with each other. But they are the part of one family. Correct? They will always be the part of one family. Because of who? Because of system DBC. If my sons and daughter are there, they have an individual life. That is for sure. No problem on that. But since I am the father, we are the part of one family only. Right? So in this
Hmm.
manner, your multi-tenancy also goes. Understood, guys? Or anybody has any doubt?
Sudhanshu,
No.
Huh?
now that we were saying that system DB does not have any information,
Yes.
okay, and that information
Information नहीं,
and
information नहीं राजेश, data,
uh, data,
data.
okay,
हाँ.
so all that data you're saying it is stored in tenant DBs itself,
Yes, yes.
okay. So in case if like these tenant DBs are never uh, interconnected, in case if there is any information which is been अगर मुझे वहां से कोई information लेना है तो वो नहीं हो पाएगा
बाहर से मतलब in what term?
मतलब I'm trying to say that if A tenant DB and
Hmm.
B tenant DB these
Hmm.
are a part of same family but are not
Yes.
linked to each other. But then there might be a possibility wherein if B अगर कुछ मेरे को जरूरत है if there is any need of information from B to A ये आपस में communicate नहीं करते हैं
No.
नहीं करते हैं ओके
Right. So, but
ओके
but your question I understood, right?
हाँ
And
हाँ
this is very important interview question also, guys. Correct? If you have a user is there, right? Who is into tenant A, who was he's into tenant A, but he needs the information or data. Sometime it will happen that you may need the information of tenant B also, right? Correct?
हम्म
Then scenario what will do? So remember Rajesh,
हम्म
as an admin guy, right? आप
हम्म
admin हो, आप
हम्म
guys everybody understand Hindi here, right? Or anybody do not understand? Hello,
Yeah, I'm comfortable. No problem.
Abhijit is also I know. Sailesh, what about you? Sailesh, Pramit, you understand, guys?
Yes, yes.
हाँ, right? So याद रखना राजेश, आप एडमिन
हम्म
हो, राइट?
हम्म
यू आर फ्रॉम
हम्म
द एडमिन टीम, आपको
हम्म
सब कुछ एक्सेस रहेगा, है ना?
हम्म हम्म
आपको एक्सेस कोई नहीं रोक सकता, आपको सबका एक्सेस रहेगा, क्योंकि आपको अगर एक्सेस मैंने सिर्फ एक टेनेंट को दिया और टेनेंट बी खराब हो गया तो ट्रबल शूट कौन करेगा अगर आप नहीं करोगे तो?
बराबर
समझ रहे हो? आपको
हम्म
आपको टेंशन नहीं है, आपको सबका एक्सेस मिलेगा। एक्सेस कंट्रोल फंक्शनल टीम को हम लोग रोकते हैं, राइट?
हम्म
लेकिन
हम्म
उनका भी रिक्वायरमेंट होता है कि भाई मेरे पास ए का है, आज बी का भी मुझे चाहिए, तो उसके लिए हम
तो
लोग उनका यूजर पी में क्रिएट करते हैं, राइट?
हाँ
दैट इज कॉल्ड
हाँ
क्रॉस टेनेंट एक्सेस, राइट? तो उसका
हम्म
यूजर बी में क्रिएट करेंगे विथ स्पेसिफिक रीजन फर्स्ट कि भाई बी में एक्सेस चाहिए क्यों, व्हाट इज द रीजन।
हम्म
तो वो मेल
हम्म
वगैरह ड्रॉप करेगा कि भाई मुझे न्यू डेवलपमेंट चाहिए, न्यू कोडिंग करना है, ये कोडिंग का यूज करके बी में टेस्ट करना है, तो वी गिव देम एन एक्सेस इन बी ऑल्सो फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, हमको एक्सेस दे देंगे, एंड देन आफ्टर दैट वर्क इज डन यू कैन रिमूव इट। बट एडमिन जैसे आप हो, एडमिन अभिजीत, प्रमित, सागर, शैलेश, आप लोग को सबका फुल एक्सेस, आप लोग को
हम्म
एक्सेस में कोई रोक टोक नहीं। ओके,
हम्म, ठीक है
अंडरस्टूड एवरीवन अपार्ट फ्रॉम राजेश, गाइस? क्लियर? सिस्टम डीबी एंड
Yes,
टेरेंट
yes.
डीबी, क्योंकि नाउ लास्ट अब 3-4 लेक्चर्स यही देखोगे लगातार, एवरीथिंग विल बी बेस्ड अपॉन दिस ओनली। ओके, so now Rajesh, you can see the diagram right at the
या
front of
या
your screen. So if you want you can take 1 minute, 1 minute ले लो और explain
हम्म
me कि ये diagram क्या बता रहा है, what information this diagram is giving you? Everybody can take their 1 minute and then tell me what this diagram is telling. Okay, 1 minute is
Hmm.
over. So who will explain? If Rajesh, you are comfortable, you can go, or anybody apart from Abhijit, because I know Abhijit can explain. Apart from Abhijit, who can?
Yes, the diagram itself shows the same thing which you showed us on the WordPad right now, wherein there is a system database. There's a comparison between single container and multi-container, as you showed earlier. So the single container again has only one database, okay, and the operating system and hardware are already operating on the same database and on the same storage. Okay. And in multi-containers, there's a system database which is divided in further into two databases. And there's an application X working on one tenant database and application Y working on another tenant database, wherein that was not possible in single container. And operating system and hardware and storage remains the same.
Right? Absolutely
Hmm.
correct. So understand the single database, only a single DB. See,
Hmm.
here they have given the application X, but as I told you, if you have a good amount of space available, you can have application Y also on
Y
this
on the
DB.
same as well. Yeah.
Yes, yes. But the problem is if that database is
If that
going down,
database has
X and Y both will
both will
go
go
down.
down. Hmm.
But in the system DB, see the blue has one tenant and the brown has one tenant, right? If
Hmm.
blue one is going down, it will not affect anything to Y, right? Because Y has a separate life, Y is doing separate thing. But again, I am telling you, they are the part of same family. Why? Because a very important interview question is based on that going further. So that is why I am emphasizing again and again that they are the part of one family. One system DB consists of two tenant, three tenant, four tenant. They are the part of one family. Right, guys? Understood? Clear to everyone? हेलो
Yes.
वीकेंड में
Yes.
सब लोग ने ज्यादा एंजॉय किया है कोई बोल नहीं रहा है कुछ हाँ ओके प्रमित चलो रीड दिस लाइन
Sorry, bro.
ये रीड दिस लाइन प्लीज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लाइन
Yeah. The concept of a multi-tenant database container system is based on a single SAP HANA system or database management system with a single system ID.
यस वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लाइन व्हाट यू अंडरस्टूड बाय दिस लाइन प्रमित
The concept of a multi-tenant database.
anybody if Pramit is
Hmm.
trying to understand apart from Abhijit anybody सागर शैलेश
The,
सागर कहाँ
yes.
घूमने गए थे कल आवाज बहुत कम आ रही है आज हाँ?
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं. Single container have only one database, and multi-container have uh, uh, there is a multiple database, like as in a tenant database. We can call as.
yeah but
Here, here,
And the
here.
OS.
this important line I'm asking, this
Huh.
important line which Pramit has read, very
I
important
will.
it is.
Should I try?
Yeah, Rajesh, go on, please
Huh.
try.
Here it is saying that multi-tenant database container system is actually a child system of single container itself. It is derived from single container itself. Okay.
Hmm.
And it works also like the single container only, but it the basic concept of this database is as per single container. After that, we have given multiple options to operate. Uh, tenant
Okay.
databases, we create multiple tenant containers. and it will work the same. Like there's no changes in the process, if I'm not wrong.
ओके राजेश, कुछ नया इन्वेंट कर दिया। हाँ, एसएपी ने भी उतना डीप में सोचा नहीं होगा जितना आज सोच लिया तुमने। हाँ?
अरे नहीं मतलब multi container, single container. One is a or 2.0 version. So it is
नो
originally derived from 1.0 itself, and then
नो
there are
नो नो,
multiple changes.
द मीनिंग इज वेरी डिफरेंट, वेरी डिफरेंट।
Okay,
जो लाइन में
okay.
जा रहे हो वो लाइन है ही नहीं।
अच्छा ठीक है, sorry.
So it's
Okay.
basically saying that the system ID will be uh, one system ID that will be like uh, suppose it's a production system, it's a ECP. So the multi-container uh, database means the tenant DBs with a single system only.
Okay, chalo, somewhat Pramit has was going in somewhat correct line, but not entire. Now, everyone, guys, it is for everyone. Now, remember one very, very important thing. Whenever you are installing HANA database, you will always install systemdb. Right, guys? What we install? System. Tenant DBs are never installed, guys. Right? There is only one important line that will come afterwards, which I will tell you. But whenever the installation is done, installation is always done on systemdb. Tenants are created after installation of systemdb, but the installation is always done of systemdb. So when you install the systemdb, right, you have to give SID, right? Now let us suppose Rajesh, your father is there, right? Correct? He has you, your sister, and maybe your brother.
Right.
Let's take an
Hmm.
imaginary example.
Hmm.
So for outside world, if they will recognize you, or the elderly people will recognize you, they will
By my
recognize you by
father's name.
your name or your father's name,
My
your
father's
father's
name.
identity,
Yes.
your father's identity, right? Your
Right.
identity will come later, or they may recollect also or not, that is doubt. But your
Hmm.
father identity, they will always have on you, right?
Yes. Right.
So, in similar manner, guys, whenever you are installing systemdb, you are giving it any SID, EP1. Let us suppose you decided to give the SID of EP1. Remember, whenever you are giving the SID in HANA database, it will consist of only three letters, combination of word and character. Only three
Hmm.
words, not more than three, right? Not allowed. SAP has given. So any SID you have given during the installation or whatever customer has asked, EP1 is the SID. Now you created three tenant in that with the SID of SP5, with the SID of that your next SID is TP7, right? TP7, this is your next tenant. These are the tenant SID, yeah? TP7. And then you are creating one more tenant with the SID of NP8. So now tell me, will your functional guys understand this concept of systemdb and tenant? Will they know that your tenant also has three SID? Or
No.
will your customer will able to understand this? So they are not. They will not understand this. For them, your HANA database is which SID, guys? Based on which SID? Your
On
system DB
system
SID,
SID.
right?
Hmm.
That is
Hmm.
called as EP1. For them, they are not considering this NP8, SP5, TP7. They are not aware about this concept. They don't know what is system DB and tenant DB. If the
Hmm.
functional guys will come, he will come to Rajesh, he will come to Sailesh, come to Sagar, and he will tell कि भाई वो EP1 वाला सिस्टम है ना, वो EP1 वाले
Hmm.
सिस्टम में मुझे एक्सेस दे दो ना प्लीज, राइट? सो इन दैट यू टेल देम कि भाई EP1 में तीन टेनेंट है, NP8,
हम्म
SP5, TP7 किस टेनेंट में काम
हम्म
करना है। तो वो बोलेगा जिसमें
हम्म
ये डेटा है उसमें मुझे एक्सेस दे दो प्लीज, राइट। वो
हम्म
नहीं बोलेगा
हम्म
पहले से कि यार उसमें NP8 वाला है ना, या SP5 वाला है ना, उसमें मुझे
क्योंकि
एक्सेस दो।
उसको पता ही नहीं है।
उनको पता ही नहीं, उनको ना पता भी नहीं है, उनको कुछ पता करना भी नहीं, right? Because it
अच्छा।
is our admin task to see this tenants and system DB. उनके लिए तो सिर्फ एक SID हो गया, EP1, बस काम खत्म। अब उनके अंदर क्या डेटा है वो आप उनको बताओ और उस टेनेंट का उनको एक्सेस हो। So that is why it is telling us कि for the outside world your HANA database will be with सिंगल सिस्टम आईडी, वो सिंगल सिस्टम आईडी पे बेस्ड होगा। ऐसा नहीं है कि आप जाओगे कस्टमर को बोलोगे कि हमारे पास NP8 भी है, हमारे पास SP5 भी है, हमारे पास TP7 भी है, हमारे पास EP1 भी है। तो कस्टमर तो कंफ्यूज हो जाएगा, फंक्शनल भी कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे कि भाई हाना डेटाबेस को कितना SID है, राइट।
हम्म
करेक्ट। They will not able to understand, they will not able to get this concept, right? So for the outside world, for your customer, for your functional guys, वो बोलेंगे कि हमको EP1 में एक्सेस दो। EP1 में देन वी टेल देम कि भाई ये 3 टेनेंट है, तो वो बोलेंगे ये 3 टेनेंट जो है आपका, उसमें से मुझे ये वाला जो टेबल में डेटा है प्लीज वो वाला एक्सेस दे दो। तो आप बोलोगे ठीक है, वो वाला टेबल NP8 में है, एक्सेस में क्या आपका क्रिएट कर देता हूँ। दैट्स इट। all the ticket, everything that will be raised on this SID। हाँ, कस्टमर के साइड कोई टेक्निकल बंदा बैठा है कि कस्टमर ने भी
हम्म
क्या किया है, सारे एक्टिविटी आप लोग सही से कर रहे हो कि नहीं कर रहे हो, कस्टमर को कुछ घुमा तो नहीं रहे हो। तो कस्टमर भी अपने साइड एक टेक्निकल बंदा हायर करके रखता है। हाँ, वो उसको इसका नॉलेज रहेगा कि भाई मेरे को
हम्म
NP8 में मेमोरी शूट अप हो गया मेरा, तुम बताओ क्यों क्यों हुआ। ही विल नो इट। Otherwise,
हम्म
apart from any technical person, for everyone, HANA database is based on one SID, that is EP1। Clear now, everybody?
Sir,
हम्म
based
Amit,
on what
Sagar,
we
Shailesh, हाँ अभिजीत बोलो।
based on what we discuss, single SAP HANA system,
हाँ,
even though there are multiple database, they
yes,
all run inside one single HANA system. It is one installation, not multiple, right?
yes, yes, it is one single installation, not multiple.
So
Correct.
entire setup, I mean system plus all tenant database is identified by just a single SID.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, guys? हाँ, I am repeating it again. We are not installing tenants. It is not a multi installation। अगर आपने 3 बार देख लिया NP7, NP8, TP7, तो आप डू नॉट थिंक कि हमने 4 बार इंस्टॉलेशन किया है। नहीं, इंस्टॉलेशन सिर्फ एक होता है, सिस्टम DB EP1, वन टाइम, दैट्स
हम्म
इट। उसके बाद सारे टेनेंट सिस्टम DB के थ्रू क्रिएट होते हैं। दैट प्रैक्टिकल वी विल सी, बट आई एम टेलिंग यू कि ये मत सोचो कि 4 SID है तो 4 बार हमने इंस्टॉल किया है। नहीं, एक ही बार इंस्टॉल हुआ EP1 सिस्टम DB, दैट्स इट। टेनेंट इज नेवर 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 इंस्टॉल्ड। बहुत फेमस इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन है, तो इसीलिए बोल रहा हूँ टेनेंट आर नेवर
हम्म
इंस्टॉल। कस्टमर के पास 10 टेनेंट भी रहेगा तो उसने
हम्म
इंस्टॉलेशन एक ही बार किया है, उसने सिर्फ
हम्म
टेनेंट 10 बार क्रिएट किया है। अंडरस्टूड
हम्म
गाइस? ओके एवरीवन, क्लियर?
या
Sir,
So
one quick
EP1 is
question.
basic.
हाँ, वन बाय
Yeah, please
वन
go
यू
ahead.
गाइस कैन कम। या अभिजीत गो ऑन।
Okay. So we can host multiple isolated database tenant database under the same instance. If I have a lower capacity of hardware, for
हाँ,
example,
हाँ,
so we can even create another servers and host the tenant database on that server, right?
यू कैन वो कंसेप्ट अभी ये लोग बहुत नए हैं, ये कंसेप्ट जब धीरे धीरे आगे बढ़ूंगा ना तब बताऊंगा you how you
Okay.
can do multi-host and how you can control the uses also,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
अभी
Yeah.
से बता दिया तो they will get confused।
Okay.
Yeah, but you can do it।
Done.
हाँ प्रमित, go on, what is your question?
Yeah. So basically, EP1 here is a single host which contains the multiple instances. like NP8,
No,
SP5,
no,
NPC.
no. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. Your host name will always be your server name, right? Your host name is like Hana01 will be the host name, or whatever the your host name, operating system name, or your server name, that is called an host name, right? EP1
Mm-hmm.
is not an host name. EP1 is SID of systemdb. Let us suppose you have your house. You are staying in 2 BHK, right? Or Pramit, right?
Yes.
Correct. Your building name is your host name, right? And in that you stay as systemdb, and your bedrooms are your tenant. Understood the difference
Okay.
between host and system ID? होस्ट इज
Hmm.
Okay.
इंटायर योर बिल्डिंग नेम, उसके अंदर तो ओएस प्रोसेस भी होंगे, राइट? सो अपने होस्ट नेम को डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज्ड बाय योर सिस्टम एसआईडी नेम. System SID and host name is different. Inside the host, HANA database is there, right? And in that you have a
Hmm.
system DB with SID EP1. Understood with example now, Pramit?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, yes. Okay. Three
Correct?
different
Yeah,
instances. Okay.
yeah. And remember, if you are installing the EP1, you will get one instance with it. All the tenant and system DB will be based on one instance only, क्योंकि they are the part of the same family. उनको एक ही, अभी आपका रूम है तो you, your father, mother will stay in your rooms only, right? 2 BHK. Correct? That means what?
Yes.
That means you all guys are the part of one instance only. एक आपका जो room है, that is instance, and you are going to stay there only. Your father is system DB, you is tenant, your sister is also tenant. Two bedrooms that you have. So two different tenants.
Yeah.
Understood now? Clear?
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
What will be the instance? I will explain you other guys later. Till now, this single system SID concept is clear to everyone.
Hmm.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Sagar and Sailesh,
Yes, yes.
clear? Okay. Sailesh, so I never heard his voice till now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Small question.
Okay. Chalo, Sagar
Hello.
ji. Ah, now I'm able to hear you. I think so.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible now.
Hello.
Right? And
I have
the,
one question here.
Vijay, tell me.
Uh, can each tenant database in multi-container database system have its I mean own backup and restore policy? Means, for
Yes.
example, I'm taking the backup. So does it have its own backup policy and restore policy? Which tenant I need to restore? We can define that, right?
Okay. Just one line I will tell you कि आप आगे का पूछ रहे हो, एक कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे, but I will show you one line where I will come there. Read this.
Each tenant database can backup and record independently from one another.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
You got your answer. I will explain later when we come to this point. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Sir, why I'm asking this question, because in one of my HANA
Hello.
system,
Am I
uh, one directory is continuously utilizing frequently,
hmm,
and I know how to delete the old backup logs, but that system does not have backup logs. It is something different, which I am not sure whether to delete those or archive. What exactly I need to do? That's why I asked
you-
this question.
okay, let's tell me on the call. Let me understand the system details, then I can guide you.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, chalo, Sagar, the, read this one very important line.
Okay. The single system ID contains at least one tenant database in addition to a system database.
Hmm. Now let us suppose, Sagar, you are there, right? You are sitting in an interview, and your interviewer
Mhm.
asks you, "Ki chalo, I know that we have system DB and tenant DB, right?
Yes.
So
Mm.
I give you just system DB. I don't give you any tenant. So
Mm-hmm.
what you will
Hmm.
do with that database of systemdb?
It's already have we already have this installation of the system DB, so we can create the tenant DB.
So he's telling that
And also,
don't create tenant. I will tell you
okay,
ki
but
don't create tenant and
Mhm.
use that database. Tell me how
Yeah,
you
but
can use it.
it can is singular, so automatically it can create the database, but it's only for single tenant. We cannot.
No, I know, Sagar ki single
Mhm.
creation is allowed, but I am telling you, your interviewer will ask, ki don't create, not allowed, nothing. I am giving you just system DB. That's it. What you will do of that?
It's only for it's a naming convention on system DB. So we cannot store anything in system DB. But yeah, at max, I think we give the sum of space in there for the updation. Sorry, for data storage, but
Yeah,
not
see?
more than I think 25 GB. I think 20 or 25
Okay,
GB.
okay. So, Rajesh, I am giving you
Hmm.
one system DB and I am telling you,
Hmm.
chalo, use it. So, where you will use it?
I'm sorry, I do not know this.
Okay. Pramit,
Hmm.
Yes.
where you will use it? I give you one system DB, I will tell use it, right?
You.
So, by this question, guys, your interviewer is able to segregate whether you actually have worked on HANA database or you have mugged from somewhere and you are come into interview. So
Hmm.
remember, guys, everyone, if any interviewer is telling you, ki I am giving you system DB, your blank answer should be point blank. Rajesh, you told
Hmm.
ki I don't know, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Clearly, we have studied till now, everyone, your system DB does not contain any data. So you can clearly have to tell your interviewer कि system DB without tenant is of no
No
use.
use.
No use.
I
Hmm.
cannot run any application. I cannot run anything. I cannot do anything. So Sagar, you try to do something in that, but that will
Hmm.
give the implication that you have not worked.
Mhm.
You have just seen the theory. That is why you are creating this thing. Otherwise,
Hmm.
any consultant who have worked in
Mhm.
system DB and tenant, he will blindly give the answer ki with just a system DB it is of no use. I cannot do anything in that. Right?
Okay.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
the
Correct?
actual business data gets stored in tenant only, right?
Right. Every if you want to make the use of HANA database, there should be at least one tenant DB. Right? At least one tenant DB. If there are zero tenant DB, then that DB is of no use. You cannot use it anywhere. Right? Correct?
Hmm.
Now
Okay.
comes the very, very important thing. Right? Please listen it very carefully. I told you that we install the system DB, right? With the SID of EP1. So, while installing system DB for a first time, right? When you are installing a system DB, so SAP gives you only one by default tenant also while installing, right? With the same SID of EP1 only. That tenant SID will also be EP1. Only during the only one tenant will come by default during the installation. Whatever will be the SID of your system DB, that tenant will also carry